Hello, welcome back. In the last video, we talked about a very broad overview of different kinds of testing that we do, and there are a couple of other tests that I want to bring to your notice here, and those tests are basically can be tested at various different levels. Okay, so the first thing that comes to my mind is called performance testing. Okay, for example, we are building a web-based application where there are many people might log in at same time. Okay, so that means what I'm saying here is that we need to guarantee to the user that within say a stipulated amount of time they can do a transaction. That means if they are trying to do a payment, right, we can say that okay, in whatever the case it may be, you should be able to do this payment within 2 seconds or less than 1 second. Okay, so this is why this kind of thing is very important, testing, performance testing, because we do give this kind of guarantee to our end user that it is not going to be like you're just coming to the website, it just stay there forever to do something. Okay, so this performance testing can be tested at the different levels whatever we discussed last time. So most likely if we do the testing at the very unit test, like at this level, whenever you're doing this unit testing, if you include some of your performance testing, okay, then we can basically, like say for example we are doing a login using some kind of mechanism, and then we can pinpoint at the very granular level why the performance is suffering, and then we can even sometimes do a code review, and also we sometimes do a profile to profile our code so that we ensure that we write the best algorithm, or we tune the system so that we can achieve those kind of things. And also performance can be measured at the system test level when all the modules are ready, so that time also you can test a system level performance. And another thing that we call scalability testing. And what the scalability testing means that how the system behaves when we have 3000 users on our system. Okay, like if the system is still usable or not. Okay, and if while we have loaded all these things, if the system is reliable, like if the system is working or something is failing and the system is not completely unusable. So this is the performance, scalability and reliability, they often called as PSR activities. Okay, so we need to do this PSR activities at the unit test level, at the integration test level, at the system test level before we give to the customer. Even sometimes I had seen that we need to prove to the customer that okay, it's not like the functionality is working, we can run with 5000 users, or we can run, like say for example the customer will tell that okay, we want to run 15,000 users. Then we have to prove, we have to do some kind of load testing so that we can show that the system indeed able to handle 15,000 concurrent users. Okay, then only the customer is going to accept the product. Okay, and essentially this is called PSR activities. This is one of the broad range of testing that can be done, and basically this is mostly done in case of web-based application, in case of application where there are multiple people are using. Let's say for example in this case of our simple retail application, we might be running that one using a web server, and that web server is talking to a database server. So what happens if the database server breaks down under load? Okay, so what happens if the web server crashed under load? Then the system is unusable. So what we need to ensure that while giving the thing, we need to have some sort of backup mechanism, or we should have some sort of high availability plan, or which is generally known as HA. Okay, so if we have high availability plan in place or not, that means in case of a database we might have a rack, or we might have a parallel server. So if this database is gone, then the workload is going to go to the next database. Okay, and similarly we can have a cluster of application server or web server that can run, and then if a request is coming to a server and the server is not on, or that just crashed, then it can reroute that request to another web server which is right now on active. Okay, so this is essentially whatever I showed you. This is a high availability testing, just to make sure that the mission critical applications are HA compatible. And next one that we test is called security testing. So what does it mean by this is that whenever we are giving some kind of internet based application, you do not know, there might be some hacker who wants to basically hack into your system and trying to get illegal access and all those things. Might sometimes steal your user ID, might sometimes steal the user's payment, Visa card or credit card things. Okay, so how do you ensure that those things doesn't happen? And that is a testing called security testing. And then we can do some SQL injections and all those things to ensure that whatever product we are building is secured and then is unbreakable by any hackers. Okay, and then the next kind of testing that sometimes we do is called compatibility testing. So that means compatibility testing means, see, for example, when you are giving a web-based application, maybe there are some customer out there who are going to use Firefox browser, and somebody else you're going to use Internet Explorer browser, somebody use Google Chrome, or somebody going to use Safari, or somebody is going to use Opera browser, and so on. Okay, so are you going to ensure that whatever the product that you are, whatever the web application that you are delivering, they should be compatible across all these kind of browsers? Okay, so that is what we called compatibility testing. Another kind of testing that we do sometimes is called usability testing. Okay, so what we mean by usability testing is that, okay, you can always deliver me a product which is functionally working, but how intuitive for a novice user to use this application? Okay, and that is what usability testing or gives you idea, if so that's what usability test does, how usable your application is. Okay, can your mom use this application? Okay, so does it pass the mom's test? Okay, so these are the kind of things that we test. So basically, if I want to do, there are a lot of different kinds of testing that you can do. Maybe somewhere I read there are maybe 150 kinds of tests there, but here is the common sense. The common sense is whatever I showed you in the very beginning. Okay, so this is what broadly the testing categories, and on top of that, if we add this kind of performance, high availability, security, and compatibility test, I think we must almost cover everything that you need to test. Okay, so I hope this gives you a fairly good idea about different kind of testing.